And in this lawsuit, he claims that essentially P. Diddy was the Epstein of the rap industry.
Also, in this claim, he guarantees that basically P. Diddy was the Epstein of the rap businessman. I won't lie, the music magnate Kane Diddy. He's enduring an onslaught once more. However, this time the allegations are sending shockwaves through the business from rape to illegal exploitation. His fights in court are a long way from being done yet. That is, not every one of the transsexual extremists has approached revealing insight into Diddy's supposed association in transsexual friendship administration. Ions, as per the dissident Diddy, has been having a twofold existence, concealing his actual inclinations behind an exterior of rap fame and hetero connections. Anything I desire, I get anything I desire. I get these disclosures uncovered Diddy's secret cravings, as well as brought up disturbing issues about influence elements and the treatment of ladies in the music business. Stay tuned as we disentangle the layers of duplicity and embarrassment encompassing Diddy's wild process through distinction and death. Disgrace. As we plunge further into the turbulent excursion of Sina Diddy Combs, it becomes clear that his ascent to acclaim was not without its dim shadows. While the world knows him as a music mogul and a pattern setter, behind the style and marvelousness lies a set of experiences rife with discussion and allegations. Scariest circumstance of my life, due to the level, the degree of influence that we had, it might have gone downright horrendous. Definitely better believe it all along of his vacation. Did he appeared to court issue with episodes of brutality and legitimate traps continuing in his wake. Even as he moved up in progress, murmurs of his association in crimes coursed inside the business. Perhaps of the most scandalous occurrence traces all the way back to 1991. When Coles was simply beginning in the music business, a cause b-ball occasion. He advanced at city school, finished in misfortune, with 8 individuals losing their lives in a rush. Albeit no lawbreaker accusations were documented, a state judge found Combs similarly at risk for the calamity, making way for a series of claims that followed. I've seen a media depict me like I'm a hoodlum, which is simply not true, but rather the debates didn't end there. In 1995, a limousine driver blamed Combs for coordinating a behind-the-stage attack during a Mary J. Blige show. The driver asserted he was beaten by guardians employed by Combs, charging carelessness with respect to the rap Big Shot. This occurrence was only one in a progression of fights in court that would torment Combs all through his vocation. In 1999, Combs wound up entangled in a high-profile quarrel with rival record leader Steve Strong, supposedly over a music video scene that portrayed Combs nailed to a cross. While Combs later apologized, the episode highlighted his standing for unpredictability and hostility. Another foreboding shadow looming over Combs' inheritance is his supposed association in the strange deaths of rap simp Bowles Shakur and the famous Enormous. While no substantial proof has at any point been introduced connecting Combs to the deaths, reports have persevered, energized by his relationship with the two craftsmen and the shadowy hidden world of the music business. In some cases, you could think Puff resembled a sibling. It's not difficult to botch Puff as a companion. Maybe the most scandalous occurrence, including Combs, happened at another New York club in 1999, where shooting prompted his capture on charges of criminal ownership of a weapon. The occurrence, which happened within the sight of then sweetheart Jennifer Lopez and rapper Sparkle, brought about Combs' vindication, yet further sullied his public appearance. The charges against me are 100% misleading and ideally due because of time. We'll begin to see that much. Thanks all through these contentions, Combs' very own life has additionally been a subject of examination, from fights in court over kid backing to bombed undertakings. His elusive issues have frequently stood out as truly newsworthy, close by his expert victories. In any case, despite the fact that everybody knew about Diddy's associations with wrongdoing, he kept on encapsulating the privileged few of the music business where questions were settled with guns. Thus, large numbers of his fans viewed the reports encompassing Diddy as an innate part of the business. This stayed the overarching feeling as of not long ago. New claim against Shay Diddy Combs, bringing a few serious cases against the music tycoon. The Bomble disclosures started with government claim documented on November 16, 2023. In a stunning uncover, Cassie blamed Combs for a reiteration of revulsions, from actual maltreatment to compulsion and terrorizing the claim nitty-gritty. nerve-wracking records of Cassie being exposed to unspeakable demonstrations, including being compelled to participate in sexual experiences with male sex laborers while Combs watched the profundities of corruption asserted in the claim sent shockwaves through the business, shaking the underpinnings of Cole's painstakingly developed picture. Contra each part of her life, he is blamed for habitually thumping her and would conceal her in lodgings for a really long time until the swelling and indications of misuse were gone. Yet Cassie's valiant stand was only the tip of the icy mass. Right after her claim, more casualties ventured forward, each with their own frightening stories of maltreatment on account of CMS, among them one. As a previous Syracuse College understudy who guaranteed that Combs debilitated, attacked, and shot her in 1991, then imparted the recording to others, another unknown informer asserted that Combs and vocalist-lyricist Aaron Lobby had physically attacked her and a companion in 1990 or 1991, with Quiets later attacking her once more angrily. Maybe the most cursing allegation came from a Jane Doe-offended party who asserted that in 2003, when she was underage, Combs and two different men physically attacked her at his daddy's home studio in New York City. The realistic subtleties of the attack laid out a chilling representation of Combs' savage conduct, leaving a path of injury and destruction in his wake, are calling attention to the way that she has genuine photographs in the studio, so setting her there in the studio, one of the photographs she's truly sitting on Diddy's lap. Yet it wasn't the casualties who stood in opposition to CMS. Tiffany Red, a Grammy-making vocalist, lyricist, and long-lasting companion of Cassie, wrote a searing public statement supporting Cassie's charges. Red related chilling subtleties of Cole's maltreatment, including constraining Cassie to take part in freak-off with male sex laborers in return for music valuable open doors. I recollect as I couldn't say whether you know his voice seems as though yet like I felt like I was within the sight of his beast. Inside her declaration, she'd further light on the profundities of Combs' evil, uncovering a culture of use and pressure that swarmed his internal circle. The disclosures sent shockwaves through the business, breaking the fantasy of Combs' strength and exposing the dull underside of the music business. Fans who had once venerated Combs as a titan of hip bounce has had to defy the reality of life behind the sparkling veneer, wrestling with the acknowledgement that their deity was equipped for unspeakable remorselessness. As general society in the courts wrestled with the claims, a surge of insiders arose, unafraid to stand up now that reality had become exposed. Among them was rapper Imprint Curry, a previous Terrible Kid craftsman who saw the fierce connection among CMS and the late Quarter. Curry got straight to the point, claiming that Combs had without a doubt broken Watchman's nose. However, substantial proof stayed tricky. He likewise asserted that Combs had wiretapped Dorman's telephone. A sign, as per Curry, of the investor's drop into craziness was his I suppose that is what the entire renamed Terrible Kid comes from, that individuals don't actually comprehend what it is, an awful kid. What makes for what reason did he pick that name for more? Curry attested that Combs had a background marked by viciousness towards ladies, including Missa Hilton, the mother of his oldest child. He depicted Combs facilitating gatherings where ladies were given liquor mixed with substances that made them more consistent, portraying double dealing and control, stoking the discharged previous protector game. Bargain ventured forward with stunning charges about Dorman's activities with good reason. As per Bargain, Dorman once cut Kiem's wrist during a rough squabble, leaving him hospitalized. This disclosure gave a frightening look into the harmful elements of their relationship. K couldn't be with no other individual, and he knew it. And he could do whatever he need to. In another surprising exposure, rapper Youthful Athlete described an occurrence in Miami where Combs applied command over Cassie direct that she shaved her head in the wake of recognizing a lady with a comparative haircut at a club. Musclehead's record highlighted Combs' oppressive way of behaving and lengths to which he would go to declare his impact, taking a gander at Cast. I resembled you're not going to do. There are you, she said. Well, I mean, anything Scene desires I will do. With each new disclosure, the exterior of Cole's cautiously arranged picture disintegrated, further uncovering the obscurity that hid underneath the surface. The claims laid out an upsetting picture of a man consumed by influence and